Alright guys, welcome back. Today might be a quick one. I am just here to give the case on why Troy Lake should be pardoned by the Trump administration for his violation of the Clean Air Act. Now, I'm not going to tell you he didn't violate the Clean Air Act. He himself pled guilty, but I am going to tell you that he should be pardoned and he should not be a felon for the rest of his life and sitting in a jail cell right now, to this day. This man is sitting in a jail cell. So, Troy Lake owned Elite Diesel Care in Colorado, and he allegedly deleted 344 diesel trucks, Class C trucks, 18-wheelers, tractor trailers, whatever you call them in your area. Do you call them tractor trailers? Do you call them lorries? I hope you don't call them a lorry. That's I don't know. That one always hurt. It always hits the ear weird. But he was obviously deleting the EGRs, the DPFs, the DEF tanks, those kind of things, mostly, from my understanding, because they were failing systems. That is the story. These systems were failing, and it cost 10, 20, 30 times less to delete them and actually get better gas mileage and have a better performing vehicle than it costs to replace them. As many diesel owners know, you look at your emission systems and you're like, man, these are heavy, they're complicated, they're expensive, and they cost a lot to replace. And without them, the vehicle's better, it runs better, it's more reliable, it's lighter. Why do I have to have this? As all diesel owners think. In 2018, he was raided in his facility. As they quoted in the article, it looked like a military operation. They were in full tactical gear, rifled, and then they busted into the business, and they weren't even there. The employees were out at the local Olive Garden mention, love to hear it. They ended up shutting down and stripping the signage of his shop, basically, because of what the EPA did and how they actually attacked him. The litigations, the lawsuits, the attacks. You guys know how the government works. Whether you're guilty or not, they will crush down on you. This was part of a very large 2018 sweeping nationwide enforcement. They just came in, and I mean, I'm sure many people have heard of this. There was many shops hit in 2017, 2018, around that time, under the Trump administration, were attacked heavily by the EPA. Then from 2019 to 2023, there was an ongoing investigation into his shop and a ton of other shops across the country. And in that time, he moved from Colorado to Wyoming, where he continued some limited operations. Obviously, he has to make a livelihood. He's a 65-year-old man that works on diesels for a living, so he could not just retire because he got attacked by the law. And then in 2024, April, he was finally charged with conspiracy to violate the Clean Air Act, and he pled guilty to that. In December 2024, he was sentenced to 12 months and 1 day in federal prison, and he was hit with $58,000 in federal charges, which were broken up in a couple different ways. $12,500 looks to be to the Community for Diesel Emissions Repair Fund. Not sure exactly what that is. I'll probably have to dig into that on a separate video potentially, because that sounds like a total scam just from my first of hearings of it. In February, he began his sentence in Colorado, and that is where he sits to this day. Now, that is why they are seeking a pardon. This man is sitting in federal prison to this day for deleting emissions. This is a huge overstep of the federal government. You guys already know my stance. 99.99% of what they do to combat emissions are an overstep, a violation of your freedoms, you name it, and this is no different. He was basically just trying to make these vehicles survive on the road so that these businesses could make money, because shipping isn't really a very profitable thing to begin with. These sole proprietors of these shipping companies and diesel shops work their hardest to make sure that they continue running so that us everyday Americans can get the goods that we want and need without paying exorbitant prices that end up coming from the shipping. So basically, by keeping shipping prices down, by keeping repair prices down, by keeping maintenance down, it keeps everyday good prices down. I know, magic. Now, this is where the plea to Trump comes. He could end this all right now. This man could walk free tomorrow. Probably, I don't know how long it would take. I assume it could probably be tomorrow. This man could get back to his life and helping people and being a shop owner tomorrow if Trump picks up the phone and does a pardon. That's all it would take. His family is pleading with them right now to get a pardon. I know it sounds like a low chance because this, he was rated under the Trump administration, but we're hopeful. I'm hopeful. I don't know him. I'm hopeful that he gets pardoned. He deserves it. This is an insane overstep, and even if he only has a few months left, 5-ish months, pretty much half his sentence, he shouldn't be a felon for the rest of his life for this. This is a non-violent, victimless crime that didn't hurt anyone directly. You can argue that maybe it hurt somebody indirectly. It didn't hurt anybody directly. There's no victims. There was no victims attacking him. The money that he paid in fines don't go to victims. It just seems like such a no-brainer for some good PR to let this guy go free, especially in the midst of what we're dealing with the EPA. Lee Zeldin talked about it 3 days ago, 5 days ago now, the head of the EPA, that they're going to roll back the Clean Air Act and all of the regulations. They're slashing them. Basically making what this guy did legal. Maybe not in Colorado, but he's getting charged federally, so it doesn't really matter. Making what he did legal, and now he still sits there in jail because of this. Prison, jail, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's a prison. Because of his violations of the Clean Air Act. Now, to me, you can't go up there and campaign against the Clean Air Act if you're going to let somebody sit in jail for violating the Clean Air Act. You have the power to let him out. You got to do it. It's frustrating that it's not been done, but once I was made aware of this, I had to talk about it. So if there's ever any other stories like this, guys, please feel free to send them over to me. I only have such a big net of things that I can see and hear, and when injustices like this seem to be happening, I can't help but to not talk about them. Hopefully the story goes more viral and the word gets out enough to where he can be set free. Troy Lake, wishing you the best, man.